Fátima, located in the Santarém district of Urum municipality in Portugal, with an estimated residential population of approximately 13,200, receives more than 8 million visitors yearly. What mysteries draw people to this small city beyond its warm Mediterranean climate, historic olive groves, hilltop hiking, and nearby beach towns and vacation destinations? Why do Catholics and other Christians refer to Fátima as the Holy City of Portugal? Some might say that they came because of 3 unexpected prophets who shared with the world a story of celestial events promised by the divine. Yet these miracles alone haven't drawn crowds to this region. Instead, a much larger story has captivated the imaginations of believers and skeptics alike for over a century. A tale of kidnapping, interrogations, and attempted assassination, and decades of people relentlessly pursuing the truth. Apparitions, prophecies, kidnapping, and assassination. The mysteries and crimes of the miracle of the sun. In the early months of 1916, during World War I, in a warm, pleasant countryside spot near Fátima known as Valinhos, 3 children of peasant sheep herders, young cousins Lucia Abobora, age 9, and Jacinta and Francisco Marto, age 6 and 7, supposedly received at least 3 visitations by apparitions while in the field near their home, including a being that appeared to shine like a crystal and told them he was the angel of peace. On May 13, 1917, Jacinta shared with her mother that they saw a woman in white, a lady more brilliant than the sun, before them, hovering above a bush. The children claimed that this figure was the mother of Jesus and that she had blessed them after the angel in previous visits asked them to pray with him. Brought before the parish priest by her mother, Jacinta refused to take back her story. The Mary figure supposedly informed the 3 young relatives that she would visit them 5 times to reveal truths that included 3 secrets. She would then appear a 6th time to prove the existence of the divine to all. She told the children to perform specific ceremonial actions to save the souls of sinners and find their way to heaven, such as abstaining from water on hot days, wearing tightened penitence cords on their wrists or waists, making sacrifices, and suffering. According to Lucia, she asked that villagers spread God's message of prayer by saying the Rosary Prayer daily and honor her by becoming devout to the Immaculate Heart of Mary to help bring peace throughout the world. According to the children, Mary said she would visit their family's field, later renamed Cova da Iria, the same day as the first apparition, the 13th, every month for 6 months. She also assured them that each of the children would eventually go to heaven because of their faithfulness to God. On June 13th, the children, joined by a small group of local villagers, claimed that Mary returned for a 2nd visitation and commanded them to say the Fátima prayer after the Rosary Prayer. She explained that anyone who converted would receive a miracle cure of their illness. She also warned that she would take the Marto children soon to heaven, long before their cousin Lucia, because Jesus wanted the world to know Mary's Immaculate Heart through Lucia. On July 13th, Mary reappeared and shared the 3 divine secrets. The children initially refused to share these secrets with anyone. In August, thousands of locals visited the field to see proof of the divine. Although the 4th apparition was set to take place on August 13th, Artur Santos, a state bureaucrat who served as a provincial administrator and journalist, believed that Lucia, Jacinta, and Francisco made up their stories and that their acts caused too much political disruption. He and the local police kidnapped the children and held them in captivity at Vila Nova de Aurum before they could reach the site. Santos reportedly threatened them because they refused to tell the secrets given to them by Mary. He supposedly also interrogated them for long hours. The children's faith didn't falter. They refused to abandon their claims or reveal the secrets without Mary's approval. No one knew what would happen. Would God rescind the blessed visitations? Would he strike them dead? To the surprise of many adults, the children proclaimed on the 19th, a Sunday, that the Virgin Mary returned and told them to remember sinners through prayer who go to hell and have no one to make sacrifices or prayers for them. By the fifth visitation on September 13th, approximately 30,000 people believed the children. Witnesses gathered and awaited Mary's appearance. Several people later claimed that Mary appeared before them and that stunning white rose petals tumbled from the sky and faded whenever touched by human hands. Lucia supposedly begged Mary to cure every sick person in the world. Mary replied that God would only heal some, those of faith who desired healing and not others. According to the children, Mary had promised a final miracle for the masses to behold on October 13th that would end all doubts about the children and their claims. They invited everyone in the region to come with them. Numerous witnesses, via a historic level of documentation of the event, claimed that on that day, during rainy weather, tens of thousands of people, possibly more than 70,000 souls, visited the spot to bear witness. As these and other witnesses as far as 25 miles from the field later reported, the skies overhead cleared of rain and clouds at approximately 2 p.m. local time. For nearly 10 minutes, the sun seemed to miraculously spin and shake, move close to and away from the earth repeatedly in a way referred to by locals as a dance, and then intermittently move in a zigzag fashion while radiant multicolored lights filled the sky. The people of Fátima and many others believed the children. One witness, science professor José Maria de Almeida Garrett from Coimbra, Portugal, later testified that everything around him, including the sky and the atmosphere, had turned an amethyst color that almost looked like the color of old yellow damask. This witness was not the only potential skeptic to admit experiencing the event. Government officials, journalists, and many non-religious attendees gave similar testimonies. During the first event, Mary supposedly told the children and anyone else who could hear her that the First World War would end soon. She demanded that the faithful change their ways and asked God to pardon their sins because God was gravely offended by humanity's corrupt acts. She also asked them to build a chapel that honored her on the site. Although accounts varied during an exhaustive 13-year investigation by the Catholic Church and others, enough people who witnessed the miracle of the sun at or near Cova da Iria had shared similarities with their experiences for at least the Catholic Church to approve it as a true supernatural miracle worthy of belief. With approval from the Church, Bishop José da Silva officially declared it one on October 13, 1930. The Church also created the Congregation of Our Lady of Fátima. In 1940, Pope Pius XII supported the declaration officially. Pope Pius XII supposedly experienced a similar miracle event in 1950 in sight of the statue of Mary, Our Lady of Lourdes, in the Vatican Gardens on October 30th and 31st and November 1st and 8th. Two of the three children, Jacinta and Francisco, received recognition as saints by the Catholic Church on May 13, 2017. In June 2023, Lucia received acknowledgement posthumously as a venerable or heroic person, which is one of the final steps before a declaration of sainthood by the Church. The miracle of the sun and prior events took place before the end of World War I and the beginning of the H1N1 influenza A outbreak, more commonly known as the Spanish flu, that took the lives of millions globally. The Catholic Church claimed that Lucia, who left Fátima after the deaths of her cousins Francisco in 1919 and Jacinta in 1920 from the flu to study with the nuns at the Sisters of St. Dorothy in Porto, and eventually in 1926 studied to become a nun, continued to receive signs and visions for the rest of her days. Yet many throughout her life wanted her to reveal the three secrets. The Church later admitted that in time, Lucia revealed that Mary had told the children of a time of great tribulation and sorrow in which God would punish humanity for its crimes, with a second great war during which the persecution of Christians would take place, especially in Russia. In a 1941 document written by then Sister Lucia of the Discalced Carmelite order, the former shepherdess revealed that Mary showed them hell and told the children that the only way to save the souls already committed to hell was through their prayers and sacrifices. This revelation was the first secret they were permitted to reveal in August. Lucia stated that the second secret was that God would bring about another great war if humanity refused to stop its sinning and corruption. She claimed that Russia would need to become a consecrated place. Over time, many people would later believe that Mary revealed World War II and the fall of communism. Although many people in the church demanded that Sister Lucia reveal the third secret, she claimed she needed God's approval. Later, she agreed to reveal the secret in another document, but only if she could seal it away in an envelope that the church would not open until 1960. For many years, the church refused to reveal it, until Pope John Paul II announced in 2000, 5 years before the death of Sister Lucia on February 13, 2005, that Mary supposedly spoke of a Christian persecution in the 20th century. In 1981, in St. Peter's Square, Vatican City, Pope John Paul II was wounded when shot by Turkish journalist Mehmet Ali Agca. Although grievously injured, he miraculously survived the attack. After the 2000 reveal of the third secret of the Lady of Fátima, word spread that the message written down by Sister Lucia supposedly also revealed the 1981 failed assassination. The event happened precisely 64 years after the first of the lady's visitations in Fátima in May 13, 1981. When asked about the attempt on the life of Pope John Paul II, the Vatican responded by saying in both an eerie and comforting way that a mother's hand, Mary's, guided the bullet's path. Cardinal Angelo Sodano revealed on May 14, 2000, that the third secret specifically spoke of a bishop of the church in white falling as a result of gunfire. Not everyone shared the desire of the Vatican to withhold the third secret for so long. Many, both within and outside the church, feared that it revealed a nuclear war or some other apocalyptic doomsday scenario. Politics within the Catholic Church also came into play. The Portuguese Catholic Church felt that the public reveal of the third secret should have occurred in Fátima. The Vatican's decades-long wait to reveal it also caused fear among the faithful and others globally. Sources in Portugal claim that Lucia had hinted as a child that the third secret involved an apocalypse. The Vatican also offered the public a document that many contest as a false prophecy, not written by Sister Lucia, who supposedly wrote the third secret on a single piece of paper rather than the 4 pages provided by the Vatican. To date, many of the people continue to fear what they believe is the publicly unspoken revelation of the Lady of Fátima. Did the people who visited Fátima actually see miracles? Did the Virgin Mary actually appear and provide the children with prophecies of future events? Was the date of the attempted assassination of Pope John Paul II a miracle or a coincidence? Why did so many events, including Sister Lucia's death, occur on the 13th of a month? Skeptics have put forth many potential causes of the supposed miracles. The children drank dirty water and experienced dehydration while in the field by not drinking water on the hottest days. Did these and other bad habits combined with religious fervor cause hallucinations? Were the children merely seeking attention? Scientists and others have pointed out that optical illusions can happen from natural solar events that might explain the miracle of the sun. People might have even stared at the sun for too long. Anxiety and fear about the First World War might have caused a mass hallucination. Even the 3 secrets require a great degree of faith more than anything. The first secret requires people to believe that the children actually saw hell. Since the second secret wasn't revealed until after World War II started, no one has any way to prove that Sister Lucia didn't lie about it. Even the prediction about Russia may have resulted from Sister Lucia watching the rise of communism and offering wishful thinking about its fall and higher adoption of Christian beliefs in Russia. No one can prove that Sister Lucia wrote the third secret and that the letter remained sealed until the Vatican released it. Even some arguments exist about the revelations. Cardinal Angelo Sodano also claimed that the first secret was about World War II and the second secret was about communism. Lastly, the date of the 13th, especially the near death of Pope John Paul II and the death of Sister Lucia, remains one of the greatest mysteries of all. More than 100 years after the miracle of the sun, people continue to flock to Fátima in search of answers and guidance from God, Jesus, the Angel of Peace, the Virgin Mary, or some other higher power. As purportedly requested by the Lady of Fátima, buildings, monuments, and statuary have been erected in her name for prayers and other religious ceremonies, and in remembrance of the 3 peasant children who brought to life mysteries that have caused so much wonderment. To better understand these historic events, religious pilgrims, scholars, and even atheists visit year-round. The story of the miracle of the sun isn't merely a religious one. It's a reminder of how humans can either rise to bring hope to the masses during times of sorrow, or become corrupted by the desire to maintain appearances or play politics. In a world in which an apocalypse might happen at any moment, in the shadow of another pandemic, with wars in both Europe and the Middle East, and potential destruction from nuclear winter or artificial intelligence looming overhead, the story of the miracle of the sun offers more than mysteries. It gives humanity insight into its self-destructive nature, the need for individuals to stand up for their beliefs no matter the persecution they might face, and the importance of everyone coming together to create a more hopeful world.